Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of someone complaining that they wouldn't hire her down at Hooters because of fat phobia. We're also going to be taking a look at several bonus clips, including one where someone's doing some fat slam poetry. I love those. And another one where somebody says it's not illegal to be fat and it's not illegal to be annoying, so be sure to stick around until the end. Also, please be sure to check out my merch store linked below where you can purchase my new Really sticker where I'm making the classic Really face. By sticking these all around your house and community, you can confuse and scare your friends, family, and pets today. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
So Hooters didn't hire me, and they didn't even give me a reason. They didn't tell me why or anything. They just said I'm not what they're looking for.
Fatphobic much, Hooters? I like that you went ahead and bought a Hooters outfit to put on. Did you wear this to the interview?
What the hell does that mean?
Okay, so clearly that was a joke, I'm pretty sure, and that person is trolling. She routinely doesn't fit into things as part of her very specialized content. It's funny you show up to the Hooters interview already wearing a Hooters outfit. You're like, did I get the job? They're like, did you buy that on Amazon or something? What the hell? Gee, Hooters, fatphobic much? Next, PSA from a fat woman.
As if it wasn't already enough to be just a woman, I am a fat woman. I confuse people.
I confuse people. Okay, this is a weird way to start this poetry off. Go.
Oftentimes even anger them, devastated to find out I can be fat and beautiful.
You sure? You sure anybody's devastated that you think that you're hot or something?
A seemingly unsolvable geometry equation for even NASA themselves. People caught off guard by the standards I hold close to my chest.
What? You hold standards close to your chest? What? That's weird. I do most of my thinking and processing in my brain. That's probably where all my standards reside as well. Any sort of thought or whatever probably is taking place up there. So that's weird that you're storing standards in your chest. She's got a compartment. She opens up her chest and there's rulers and stuff in there. I'm sorry, these are old man jokes.
Men are expectant that I will fuck on a first date with zeal and anticipation.
With zeal, yes. You better have zeal, or I'm going to be quite disappointed, madam. Otherwise, I don't even know if this thing is worth it.
And instead are wounded when I not only won't on a first date, but on a second date, a third date, and so on.
You have such high standards that it's making men angry because you won't bang them even up into the fifth date.
A fat woman. I can tell when a man is speaking to me because he's insecure and thinks I will be easy.
Can you tell when somebody says a bunch of positive things about themselves because they're insecure? I can be both fat and beautiful and it's blowing your minds. You don't see that as an insecure display at all?
Malleable, desperate, vulnerable. They approach...
Vulnerable. You're right. I have been looking for a woman that is vulnerable. This is really weird, man. If we've been rejected before in the past, that sucks and everything, but we don't have to go on to make this faux artistic display.
Me when all else has failed, as if I am the scraps that fell off his master's plate.
You have some kind of rainbow lights all over your face, or is that your aura or whatever?
I am a fat woman. I am either a fetish or a phobia.
Word?
I am a mommy issues daydream.
What? What?
I am the stares of 1,000 eyes from bodies that have never known the limits of the back corner, Forever 21 plus size section like a zoo animal.
Okay.
On display for people behind the glass. I am a fat woman. I was forced to develop.
I hate this poetry style. We talk like this and and I and blah 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 and me and blah 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 and yada 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 me. I don't understand the plague of narcissism that is sweeping over this planet, because the average person is boring as hell and doesn't deserve to be a narcissist. This whole like me, but you're boring. Like, you're boring and you shouldn't be obsessed with yourself. Like, you should literally get any other hobby. And I'm not saying this person in particular, I'm just saying people in general. Everybody's a narcissist and obsessed with themselves, yet they're boring and dumb? Like, what?
A sense of self far earlier than most. I did not develop my empathy by choice, but by circumstance. This body has never been taken seriously.
Nobody takes my body seriously either, man.
Either a joke or a toy, and to some, even this poem won't be taken seriously.
Well, I mean, it's pretty funny, and it's in a very similar style to many poems that I've heard in the past, so it's not at all original. I'm not laughing at your pain. I'm laughing at the lack of originality, actually. I'm laughing at the pretentiousness and how this is trying to be all artistic and stuff. Instead of just trying to genuinely express our emotions, this has this bizarre, fake, artistic feel to it.
I'm a fat woman. I am most likely not interested in dating you, not because I assume I'm better than you, but because I have been better than every man in my life who can.
Okay, so then you do assume that you're better than me. You're not going to date me, not because you assume that you're better than me, but because you've been better than every other man that you've ever dated. Whatever you got to tell yourself, I guess, right? Like, I've been better than all of them. What does that even mean? Been better? So you broke up with somebody, you guys went your separate ways because it didn't work out, and now you're like, I'm better than you. It doesn't sound like it, honestly. That sounds very immature. This makes me think that you might be the problem in the relationship, right? You come into this thing thinking that you're better than me and trying to talk down to me, and also the constant slam poetry on Thursdays. There's only so much of that I can take. You know what I mean? The relationship might have worked out if you didn't constantly bust out this freaking slam poetry and start talking about yourself. I, a fat woman, me, had feelings. I, feelings, me. This is why, if you're riddled with personal issues, it will be very difficult to have a long-lasting or good relationship. It will be very difficult to see the real world beyond them.
Came before you, so let me ask you, would you still like me if I wasn't happy all the time?
I don't know, man. Your constant happiness is what's really holding this relationship together and acting as a guiding light for me in particular, all of this happiness. If you weren't happy all the time, I don't know if this relationship would work out, because this positivity that you constantly exude is something that I've come to rely on.
If I didn't see myself forever indebted to you for choosing a girl like me, would you believe me if I told you I'd rather be alone for an eternity?
Okay, then why are you giving this display? If somebody doesn't care what other people think and they'd rather be alone than deal with them, they just go and be alone. They don't proclaim to the world that they'd rather be alone and participate in bizarre, body-positive slam poetry. When I don't care about something, I don't acknowledge it, I don't talk about it, I just go live my life.
Than ever be touched by someone with, no sparkle.
What? So, in order to get with you, I need to sparkle? Do I need jazz hands and spirit fingers? Like, what? That's a weird requirement for this relationship. The fuck? I gotta sparkle? Come on, man. I'm tired.
No care. No, what do they call it? Pizzazz. No,
I gotta have pizzazz and sparkle. Man, come on.
no purpose, not puzzling nor interesting.
I have to be puzzling? Well, honestly, I think I'm fairly puzzling. I'm kind of confused myself half the time.
I am a fat woman and I am not desperate. Not even close. I'm a fat woman and I like myself. I'm a fat woman and I am good, whole, perfect, not curated.
You're good, perfect, whole, not curated. Yeah, it's weird when people think that they're perfect just the way that they are and there's no work to be done. Like, we all don't have personal issues that we need to work on and overcome. That's why you're better than every person that you've ever been in a relationship with, because you don't work on yourself at all ever. You rolled out the womb perfect.
For you, it has not been easy, but damn, has it been worth it. Thank you.
Alright, so that was bizarre. She was talking about how much she loves being fat, how she doesn't need a man, how I have to have pizzazz and sparkle. I would say that if we go to the lengths of writing an entire poem all about how much we don't care what people think and we don't need a romantic partner or whatever, it's because we do care what people think and we do want a romantic partner. Anytime you've ever seen anybody say, I don't care what anybody thinks of me, it's because they definitely care what people think of them, and they care so much that they had to say it out loud. Like I've said repeatedly, when I don't care about something, I just don't even mention it, right? Like all those illegitimate children that I have, like you've never even heard me mention their names before. They're non-existent to me. That was a very bad joke. I'm sorry for that. That's not funny. That's kind of funny. Dad's never coming back from the corner store, dude. He didn't go to get milk, you moron. He left because you're bad. Because you're a bad kid. That's why he left. I'm sorry. I don't know where this is going. Next.
I refuse to believe that fat phobia isn't a thing. Literally, videos I posted like 4 or 5 years ago still get comments, people being like, "You guys have a little."
Yeah, videos stay public forever until you take them down. I still get comments on some of my old videos. Man, y'all are obsessed. What the heck? You know that I released that video like 2 years ago? The hell? Like, this is weird.
Listen. Have you ever heard of a hobby?
Okay, so if we see that a video has been uploaded like a year or two ago, we just better not leave a comment on it, because that's how that works.
Have you ever heard of a hobby?
Yeah, my hobby is reacting to old fat acceptance clips. I'm in my retro era right now, right? I'm feeling very nostalgic. I want to go back to like 2022 era fat acceptance rhetoric every once in a while. You know, I like to get all nostalgic and stuff, so I like to go watch the old ones sometimes.
It's so much more exciting to have hobbies instead of hating fat people just simply because they're fat.
No, it's not. Hobbies are pretty overrated. I would say the latter is a lot more productive. You can have a lot more fun doing that. I could learn the drums, or I could hate fat people just for being fat. You know, I mean, honestly, it's an easy choice, right? We're gonna go with this one. That one right there.
And also, if you are perpetuating fat phobia, you are just perpetuating also all other systems of harm.
All other systems of harm? What does that mean?
Because you don't understand how they all connect and relate to each other.
Right, because they don't. I don't understand it because they don't. All systems of harm? Okay, you want to elaborate on that and explain how or why?
So do yourself a favor, read one article about why fat phobia is not the way to go. Thank you.
Well, I did read that article from fluffykittenparty.com. Or was it .org? I don't remember. Whichever sounds more legitimate. And it did tell me that fat phobia is super, super bad and super really real. Of course, there were also hundreds of articles telling me that obesity is a leading cause of death and is very unhealthy, but I ignored all those and went right to fluffykittenparty.com. Or was it .org? And she wrapped it up by saying that all systems of harm are connected. Whatever that means. I don't know what a system of harm is. I've got a Dell, personally, so... God, that's an old man joke, but it's so good. It's so good, baby. You know it's good. Back in the day, like, PCs and computers were referred to as a system. Like, I just got myself a system. So either way, I fail to see how fat phobia is tied in with, like, racism or ableism or ageism, or they always say that they're all connected, but they fail to mention how or why. Next.
Something that everyone forgets is that it's not illegal to be fat and it's not illegal to be annoying.
It's not illegal to be annoying? Thank God, because I would have been arrested a long time ago.
It is not illegal to be fat and it is not illegal to be annoying.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, so I'm not going to be arrested for all my annoying behavior. That's good to know. All right, and we wrapped up the collection of clips by having somebody encourage me to be both fat and annoying. I appreciate that. I haven't really needed a green light to be annoying in the past, but I do appreciate you giving me the go-ahead. Thank you. So obviously, I disagree with all of the aforementioned, but what do you think? Is Hooters fatphobic because they wouldn't hire that girl? What did you think of that fat slam poetry? And if you leave a comment on an old video, do you need to get a hobby? Leave a comment below. Happy Thursday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.